Hi everybody, I'm in Estación de Colmenar, which is Estación de Garcín, which is called El Colmenar, which means the beehives. And it's a very cute village, surrounded by nature, as you can see. It's a village that's basically been built up around the train lines. And you can see there's mountains all the way around us. I'm just going to give you a quick walk through of the village, starting with the train station. You can probably hear in the background there's a bar on the other side of the train tracks, and it's pretty lively at the moment. Old machinery. So this is the train stop for Garcín, but it is about 25 minutes drive away. A common mistake that some people have done is they have just taken the train and arrived here thinking that they could walk into town. Of course, it's actually a different village that we're in. The train line runs from San Roque, which is close to Algeciras, which is close to Gibraltar, and that's obviously in the south of Spain in Cádiz province. We're in Malaga province here, and it goes up to Antequera. From Antequera you can get a train to Barcelona, Malaga or Madrid. So even though we're in this small, quaint little village, which is super quiet, apart from the locals seem to be settling into a few beers, you have a train line that will basically get you to Madrid, Barcelona and beyond, and it's right on your doorstep. It's nice what they've done with the stairs. This is what they would call an old man's bar around here, because it's generally the older locals that come here and play dominoes and things. They usually have brandy or anise, which is a bit like pastis. They have that for breakfast. I guess if you're retired, it doesn't make any difference. That seems to be the most common breakfast here. The older guys is a brandy or a proper stiff drink and a coffee. If you follow this road up here, it takes you into the national park, which is just behind the village. Basically, we're just on the edge of one of the biggest oak forests in Europe. It's why there's a lot of people actually come here, and there's also quite a few rural tourism accommodations here. As you can see, it's not the busiest train line in the world here. Now the actual train ride is really stunning. This direction takes you down to the coast and it goes through the forest for quite a long time. This way you go through the gorge of Las Buderas, which means basically means the vulture nest gorge, and it's got 100-meter drops and vulture nests on the side of the walls. It's super safe for them there. There's also a river that runs down the bottom and tunnels, and people do come and do this route. And they basically, you need a guide, and you have to wear wetsuits, and you have to abseil, so you have to do some swimming, some going through some small tunnels, and abseiling down the side of waterfalls. Never do that any other time except for summer, because when the river's actually running fast, it's totally impassable. So a lot of the village is actually down in front of us, down these little alleyways that goes all the way down to the river, and it has river frontage. This is the main street. This is being set up for next weekend, so they've clearly got a local fair on. So this will be basically a dancing area and a bar. Restaurants. Obviously this one's shut for holidays for a while, hence the other one's quite packed. It's a Tuesday today as well, and it's end of September. Still really hot, it's about 29 degrees. Some information about the train. (1892). So when the first train went past there. Lots of very cute Spanish houses here. Some of them are quite big. There's also 2 hotels in the village, believe it or not. One's a retreat that basically does, only organic food, and has bedrooms and does yoga and Tai Chi and has some therapies and osteopathy, this sort of thing. One of the things I like about this village, and the main things I personally like, on one side you have the forest, which if you drive through, and it's just literally just on the other side of the village, you basically have one of the biggest forests around in Europe, and it's mostly cork oaks, and there are some pine areas, but it's a completely different landscape. You'd never know you're in Spain. It's more like New Zealand, really. When you get there, there's ferns, mossy big rocks, and very dense forested areas. And it's actually quite high there as well, so you can get some amazing views from actually inside the forest of the surrounding areas. Nice metal work on that house. Nice door as well. The other thing I really like about it is the river. The river here goes underground through the gorge, and then it comes back up and it comes back into a well. So it's super clean, really, really clean water. And there's a lot of it still here. It's one of those rivers that just doesn't dry out. Hello, dog. As I was saying as well, the river has some amazing swimming spots. Absolutely clear water. Pretty cold, but that's perfect when it's hot. There's also a dam. That's a sign for it there. Obligatory cats. They're absolutely everywhere in Spain in villages. This road, if you keep on following it, takes you to another river. It's the same river, but it's another part of it. That is where they actually have the beach, and it's basically a lawned area, and in summer they dam it off so it gets deeper so people can swim in it. I personally prefer the other one, but if you're living in town, that's very easy to get to.